Confident, vibrant, and quirky with an edge, this is 10 Minutes with Tiffany Jaye, featuring the inside scoop on her mind, embodying interests, thoughts, and opinions. Also, the day in the life of an upcoming artist as she juggles the world around her, a 9 to 5, along with a handful of gifts and talents that will blow your mind. All things Tiffany Jaye on her website at www.misstiffanyjaye.com. Now, let's get into the show. This is a Miss Tiffany Jaye bonus episode.
You not respect me, you the moon. I know you. That voodoo you girl. Calling me, I bet you be.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday, August 12th, 2021. I'm excited because I get to do something I love, right? And I get to meet new people, new artists. And I got a special guest sitting with me by way of New York, out there in South Carolina. Okay. And
North Carolina, you mean?
North Carolina. Oh, see, look, North Carolina can't mess it up. You know, look, my uncle stays in South Carolina. So I think,
It's okay.
look, North Carolina, but I definitely want to introduce you to the one and only Miss Tiffany Jaye. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. What's going on, mama? You looking so pretty over there.
Thank you.
Got a beautiful
so
smile, got some
much.
good energy.
Thank you. I'm doing well. It's been an amazing day thus far, and I'm glad to be here.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get to learn about everything you got going on. So let's just dive into it. Tell me this, tell everybody that's watching, what is it that Tiffany Jaye does?
Tiffany Jaye is a multimedia entrepreneur, okay? Singer, songwriter, dancer, performer extraordinaire. In a nutshell, there we go.
You better say that. You better say that. I love it. Tell me how you got started. Like, what got you into all of this? Because you're wearing a lot of hats. So let's just get on to it.
Yes. I've been singing since like Disney movies came out. So if I sounded like them and if I sounded like Whitney and Mariah, I was like, yeah, you got it. You got the pipe.
Okay.
Definitely did it professionally starting at age 16. I've done a few ventures as far as with a few record labels here and there, and going through college, BFA in art design. So I know all about the graphic and photography and video editing, things like that. And so I'm very well rounded as far as an artist in front of and behind the camera. But my forte is definitely being in front of the camera so that I can be an inspiration to you all. But I do have the knowledge so that I can build my team and have the wherewithal to know what's going on behind the scenes.
Awesome. That's awesome. So start now. I mean, it's kind of in your blood. It's kind of in you, right? Tell me this. Is it like any family members, or this is just something you was drawn to as a child, like around you that inspired you to do
I would
this
say
great
my
work?
entire family is talented, but I'm the only one that's branching out there to do this on a large public scale, if you get what I'm saying. So my granddad, I know he draws, my mother, my uncle, they sing. Now my dad, we are like one and the same. When I got to meet him at age 23, I found out our very first conversation was 45 minutes. And I found out like we both did photography. He's a professional drummer. So when I'm on the step team with my sorority, that's where all the rhythm and things come from. Like it was just amazing. So it's definitely in the blood, but I'm definitely putting it in the forefront, for you all.
Oh, that's so awesome. So, you mentioned you met your dad at 23. That is, how was that experience? And how has that like, helped you blossom on this journey that you're on right now?
It definitely helped close some gaps that I feel that were there. I felt like I didn't understand some of what was going on with me. And when I met him and I saw his mannerisms, I was like, okay, that's where I'm at. I feel like my favorite color is orange, right? So I feel like with orange, he's the pizzazz, he's the pop, he's the energy, and that's where that comes from. So he's still living in New York to this day. Okay. So you can tell, like, with the fast pace, when I get on the phone with him, like that's where all of that energy comes from.
Oh, that's so dope. That's super fire. So tell me this, like, and you, of course, you kind of mentioned your background, how you studied and everything, but what's your ultimate goal with all of these hats you wear, with your dream? Like, what's your accolade that will be like, okay, I reached it, I'm good?
My ultimate goal is I want to be heard. I feel like in my childhood, I was not heard, and I feel like music is the universal language. So I used to have problems where I felt like I couldn't articulate whatever I was thinking into whatever I needed to say. But music just kind of made it very simple for me. So that's the one stage that I want to conquer. And as far as a stepping stone, music is going to be, I hope, the stepping stone for everything. I have books, I have things that I want to paint and draw. I don't know if you can see me.
But that's all. Wow. Fire.
So, that's a picture of my label mate, Lil Bay. I don't know if you got to meet her last night or anything like that.
She's dope.
Yeah,
She's dope.
Yeah, that's a picture. That's the picture that I drew of her. And so I'm really excited about that. But music is just to let other people know that they're not alone in this planet and that we can basically connect via that way. I want my soul and my essence to go through the music and just be an inspiration, really, to be honest.
I think you got it. I know you got it. I know you got it. So y'all all 646 in family, right? Yo, y'all got a lot of family. Y'all got a lot of family. I love that. So how is it being amongst so many talented people and, bouncing off the creatives? How is that?
It's inspiring. It's rejuvenating. It lets you know, okay, I got somebody that is going through this journey with me. Because sometimes I always look and I'm like, I wish I just had like a celebrity mentor. And one thing that Issa Rae said, she's voting for everybody Black. And also, she also said that don't necessarily always think that you have to reach up. You can reach across, you know what I mean? And then also pull people from underneath you. So she's in my across, she's like my peer, Lil Bay. And so that's why I love, like in this last year, we've definitely gotten a lot closer. When we went to Florida to see you guys, as far as with the DJ conference, like we definitely really bonded and it was just amazing. So that's what I love about 646 Entertainment. You're not by yourself. It originated with a one for all for one concept. So originally there was 6 people in it, and so it's 646.
Yeah.
And we've been in this organization for a very long time, and we just want to see the organization grow and strive and continue to bring other artists along to be great, like ourselves.
That's fire. I love it. Round of applause. Round of applause. So Tiffany, do you also like write your music? Are you singing? Are you composing as well? And tell me about that process. How does that work for you?
So the latest song, Calling Me, was definitely written by myself, and one of my best songs, Forever Come to You, was written at a time where I was depressed or whatever. But basically you just sit, I take true events that happen, and I take all of the emotions that are going on and I embody them within the song based on what the music is, So a friend of mine, for this new single called Calling Me, we got together. This was like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
We made the track together. He's more so a musician, and I added a few ting ting tings here and there.
Right. You still gonna get your credits in there though.
right. And so I did that, and then the song came about. So I think it's really pulling from real live events, kind of like when rappers feel like they don't need a ghostwriter, they want to, come from that true place. That's basically where it's coming from. So I pride myself on that. Another single called Work For It, which is like my debut song as far as for Tiffany Jaye in 2018. I had additional writers for that. I came up with the bass.
Okay.
And they also helped me as far as it was like a workshop basically. So sometimes I write a lot and they help condense some things to make it radio ready and more for the masses. So that was a great learning experience. And I hope that translates very well into this new single called Calling Me.
I love it. I'm excited for you. Like, I mean, it's to me, just us having this conversation, we just meeting. And that's one thing I will say about Lil Bay too, is like the energy from you guys is powerful. Like it's nothing but positivity. It's nothing but like building people up. So as you continue going forward in your career, do you foresee like maybe managing artists or, helping other artists underneath you?
I definitely have a teacher mentor spirit on the inside. I used to be a counselor back in the day, and I'm also a manager now at my current job. And so I definitely can see that bringing other people on. Yeah, I definitely see that.
That's fire. That's fire. So I kind of want to ask you, you mentioned Whitney and some of the powerhouses earlier, right? So tell me, who is like in your playlist, old, new, who are some of the legends that you kind of like go to for inspiration as well?
So Ryan Leslie, for sure. When I was transitioning between jobs, the one album that he put out at the time was called Black Mozart. And I said, that's pretty bold to put that out, but he definitely is the Black Mozart. So I said, okay, and that helped me. A lot of people commented and they said that helped them get them through. I was cleaning buildings at the time. And there was one particular day I performed at this nice club, looking really nice and glamorous. And that same night I took all those clothes off and went to clean buildings. And I was like, cleaning these toilets. It was too much. And so I realized like it was the humility of it all, or just very humbling, I would say. And it just reminds you that you never know what goes on behind the scenes as far as with someone's story. So Ryan Leslie, there's this girl called Ryan Destiny. I love her. She's got this
Fire.
song. Yeah, I like her. I like her.
She's fire.
Definitely Chris Brown. You got Brandy. I said Mariah, Monica. Let's see. I love Tiana Taylor. I love her fitness and how she goes off of Janet Jackson in that particular, arena. And so those are the people I'm looking at, my powerhouses, and I'm looking at people of today and who is inspired by them, like your Neos, things like that. And I want to be like them. Neo for sure, because he's a great writer. He has his songs on the end of movie credits. He's that type of person. So I hope to have that as well, because that makes a record very big. And it reaches multiple generations.
Hey, round of applause. Those are some dope artists that you mentioned there. And I can foresee, like, just having this conversation with you, how passionate you are about your craft. Because a matter of fact, now that you mentioned work for it earlier, and I was doing my homework and I seen your video work for it. Okay. And I was like, yo, okay. So you're a performer. Like when I'm watching I watched the video. So it was like, yeah, this is not just she singing. She got a good voice. No. You know what I'm saying? She got a great look. She's performing. So how much of that is important to you to translate to your audience?
It's very important. So when you watch stuff like Beyonce's Homecoming or Michael Jackson's This Is It, or anytime anything, it's very hard for me to watch award shows because I'm there. Like, I'm there. And I don't know if you get the chills or the goosebumps or whatever, like that's what's going on. So I pray and pray and pray, and I hope that I get the experience. I know like COVID and everything is going on, but I'm like, God, please let me get a chance to get on a stage just like that. At least just one time. I want the dancers. I want, the monitors right here. I want to on the football field or whatever, like for a Super Bowl. That's what I want. I forgot your question, but that's what
you can keep. Look, you can. That is perfect, because like when we visualize these things, they can become reality. So you saying that what you want, and you actually like, I want the people, the dancers. You are. I mean, you kind of put it into place, so that the universe got to give it to you because you're gonna be working toward that. So I love that about your energy, man. The vibe is dope. So let's do this. Let's tell me about your latest records. Calling Me. And did I get that correct? Okay, Calling Me. So tell me about this record. Tell me the vibe, the feel, how you put it together, the whole process.
Calling Me, when the music came out, I was like, you know what, this is the latest thing in my mind. I was, involved with somebody. You mix business with pleasure. You live and you learn, ladies, of course. And so
we all been there.
The person was just right. Everything in the song is legit, like what happens. You not respecting me, you killed the mood. Oh, I'm gonna show you that the voodoo you do because you're giving me bedroom eyes, this and that, all of this stuff. It's basically, ladies, stand your ground, remain confident in who you are, know your worth. Let people show them who they are, and just stick to your guns. That's what the song is about. And it's about an experience where somebody sold me the world. I didn't get nothing in back, but I didn't get anything in return, but they kept calling me like, yo, so you want to do this, you want to do that. And because I kept responding, I kept getting the nonsense. So a lot of it's on me, but I got a good song out of it.
I love it. Man, take those real life situations and make some money off of it. Hey, I love that.
And that's why I said in the song, I was like, oh, I killed the mood. That's all right. I'm gonna show you.
Hey, that's so fire. So tell me this: if I have a complete Tiffany Jaye project in front of me, right? I'm about to hit play on that bad boy, and I'm gonna run through the entire project. What vibe? Where are you gonna take me on this project?
Okay, so we're first gonna start off with like banging, songs like Work For It and Calling Me. We'll definitely continue that vibe because I love to dance and keep the energy high. And then maybe somewhere towards the end, I'm gonna give you that Whitney and Mariah that's in my soul, so that like you can feel this. And if you're feeling alone, it'll touch you and hopefully make you cry. That type. So I'm going to take you on a journey. I'm going to keep it all together. We're going to make a story. And at the very end, what I did with my very first album way back when, I had like an inspirational acapella and things like that. And I also had a note to self or a note to my fans, letter to my fans. This is, my mantra for you guys. So that's what it is. It's kind of like a roller coaster. We're going to go up. We're going to ride that ride, and then we're going to smooth it out with something really nice. So at the end, you'll be like, wow, that was an amazing journey.
I love it. I love it, man. Hey, another round of applause. Tiffany, you are beautiful, amazing, just a talented. I'm all for bigging up Black women. That's my thing. Like we have to have that community and that foundation. So it's so wonderful to see you. And then also, and like I got to talk to Lil Bae as well. Like you guys, your energy is just amazing. How is it? I did ask her about, how much OG Neil played a part in where she is right now. So can you kind of give me an idea of how that was for you?
Neil is the foundation. Okay. Neil, I'll tell you this, when I was 16, we went to A&M Records at the time, and he flew me and my mom out. I am very much an introvert. I'm ambivert, or whatever you want to call it, but I'm by heart an introvert.
Okay.
And so I was book smart, and I felt like my pictures and my music, and he would speak for me, which he did, but I didn't. This that you're getting right now, this took years in the making. Okay. So my interview was nothing like this. And the lady was like, we're going to invest, like $2 million in you. And I was like, okay. It was no best.
Yeah.
And so when I went back to school, everybody at my school, everybody at my church knew, oh my God, you got the record deal. I was like, yeah, I think so. And then I found out I didn't. And it was because of that, and just being sheltered in childhood and things like that. And so I had emailed him and I said, look, because I had only known him for like a year at that time. So I said, if you don't want to work with me anymore, I understand. It's a learning experience, and I'm gonna go to school and just do my art. And he said, no, this is an investment, and we're gonna work together. And without, the father figure at the time, like, people don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. So I said, you know what, until this is done, until I get to the place where I know he can sit down and rest, and I'm in the hands of somebody, somebody else, and he can just go fishing like he says he wants to do. Like, we're going to keep working. So I work for him. He works for me, with me being in school for art design. I've done a lot of stuff behind the scenes with flyers and, website, things like that. And so he's the foundation. He talks about the studio to the stage, all the things that you see and that you hear with artist development. That's why Lil Bae and myself are like, the way that we are, because he's built that into us. You know what I'm saying? We go into the studio, you take your lyrics, you practice them, you come in, you know what you're supposed to do, whether you're reading it or whatever, and we do the takes. Like, we just do the takes. There is no, let me punch back in, let me get that. We could tighten it up. Yeah. But he expects you to perform while you're in the studio. And then when we get to the stage, it's a wrap. You're moving the stage, you're working the stage, you're giving your eye contact here, and there. So that's why, as far as performance is concerned, that's what we're looking for. Even if there was a time, Lil Bae, she had, because of her, when she went to the hospital, as far as with her child and the epidural, she had some back pain. She was performing, she went down, she stuck there, and she stayed there, and she was giving them this and that. And I knew what was going on, but I was like, nobody could tell. And that's how you're supposed to do it. That's so good. Neil is amazing. He's the foundation. I thank him. I thank God for him. And we push every single day to make sure that his dream, which is our dream, comes to fruition.
I love it. I love it. So I normally ask this question to everybody I sit with, because I'm always intrigued. For somebody that's watching right now that has a dream, a goal, an idea, especially us creatives, what advice would you give them? Because this is a really tough dream to pursue. So what would you tell someone listening right now?
What I'm telling you is what I'm telling myself, because I'm going through all of this right now as well. Consistency is key. Know your worth. Sit down, take some time, and even if you need to go to therapy or you need to find somebody, a safe place, a safe person to talk to, figure out what it is that makes you tick, what it is, if you're angry, if you got like personal issues, family issues, figure those things out. Take it, put it into your craft, put it into your art. But you need to figure those things out and move forward and move beyond that. And consistency is the key, and having peace. That will get you through. Life is always gonna, give you punches. You know what I mean? But it's how you handle the punches, is how you lick your wounds or whatever. That's how we're gonna move forward together. And remember to give yourself compassion. And be kind to yourself. And if you do that for yourself, I'm sure you can do that for others. A lot of reasons why we don't love is because we're not loving ourselves and we're afraid to love others. Now, the true definition of love is not in trying to receive something in return. So you got to really think about that and what's really going on with you. I know personally, I have a lot of anger on the inside. You would never know that, right? But I know that's where it's coming from. I got a lot of past issues I got to work towards. And so I'm doing the work and I want to get better. And so that I can be this on an everyday basis.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. You know what? We are trying to break not only financial generational curses, but everything else.
Come on now. I know I gave you so much more.
No, listen, we need that. It's so crazy that you said that be kind part, because I just posted that on my Facebook today. And I haven't been on Facebook in forever. So I just felt like randomly giving somebody some inspiration because I need it. You know what I'm saying? And I said, be kind to yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Do it one day at a time. Do it today, tomorrow, the next day. And that goes with your consistency. So listen, Tiffany, hey, whatever the work you doing is working. Okay. So round of applause for you. Tell everybody, because I know they gonna want to get with you after watching this interview. Okay. Tell everybody how to connect with you on social and all your platforms.
Guys, it's so good to hear from you. It's so good to see you. It's so good to be seen. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, I believe, and Snapchat if you want to do that. Is TJAYE Taylor. It's Tiffany Jaye. You can also put that into Google and you'll find all of my platforms there. Tiffany Jaye is on YouTube. Tiffany Jaye is on Facebook. And my website is TJAYE Taylor. I have a podcast. I have a blog and things that I'm doing. So you can keep up with what I'm doing with my stories and every single day. So that's what you can
love it. Yes, ma'am. Okay. I gotta keep clapping you up, girl. All right, so let's do this because I know they're gonna want to hear the song. So we'll go ahead and let you introduce your song, and then we'll call it a day. But I'm so happy to have had this opportunity to get to know you and get to speak with you for sure.
Awesome. Okay, so everybody check this out. Tiffany Jaye has a new single. It's called Calling Me. We're about to get down to the song right now.
Hey, y'all know the vibes. Let's meet the plug. Let's go.
You're not respecting me. You the moon. I know you. That voodoo you girl. Calling me. I bet you be. Oh, I bet you'll be. You never had my back ever. Say what you want, make you work for it. Work for it. Work for it.
That was another edition of 10 Minutes with Tiffany Jaye. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I know I did. Now you can get more episodes on my website at www.misstiffanyjaye.com. But don't stop there. Hop on over to the music tab and check out your favorite Tiffany Jaye record, starting with my latest singles, Work For It and Calling Me, which is on all digital platforms. Also with a bomb video showcase on YouTube featuring the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina.